Welcome back to Pastry Maestra. I'm Teresa and today I'm making piña colada tarts. Piña colada, translated from Spanish, means strained pineapple. It's a sweet cocktail made of rum, pineapple juice and coconut milk. Now, since we all agree that sweetness is happiness, how could I not turn this drink into a dessert, right? It had to be done. Now, before we proceed, let me tell you a few words about piña colada. As usual, there is a controversy regarding its origin. The earliest known story states that in the 19th century, Puerto Rican pirate Roberto Cofresi, to boost his crew's morale, gave them a beverage that contained coconut, pineapple and white rum. This was what would be later known as the famous piña colada. Allegedly, with his death in 1825, the recipe for the piña colada was lost. Now, if you ask me, this one is a little bit far-fetched, don't you think? But there's another story, and this one sounds more true, at least to me. So, the Carib Hilton Hotel in Puerto Rico claims that piña colada was invented in 1954 by the bartender of said hotel, Mr. Ramon Monchito Marrero. In 1978, the cocktail was named Puerto Rico's official national drink. Okay, that's all I could find on this subject, so, without further ado, I give you my piña colada tarts. As usual, the recipe is on my site, and the link is down below. To make short crust pastry, I've placed sifted flour into a large bowl. I'll add sifted almond flour, powdered sugar and vanilla powder and stir with a whisk. Then I'll add cold butter cut in cubes and rub the dry ingredients into the butter with my fingertips until I get crumbly mixture. Now I'll add egg yolks and make the dough. I will wrap it in plastic foil and leave it in the fridge for about 1 hour. Next thing I'm gonna do is make pineapple jam. I'll put pineapple puree and diced pineapple into a saucepan and heat it up. In another bowl, I'll mix sugar and pectin and stir them with a whisk. My pineapple is hot but not boiling, so I'll add the mixture of sugar and pectin and then let the mixture boil for a couple of minutes. Then I'll remove the jam from the heat and leave it at room temperature to cool down. When my pineapple jam cools down, I'll add rum and stir to combine. To make coconut cream, I've placed softened butter into a bowl of a stand mixer fitted with paddle attachment, and now I'll add sugar. I'll mix on medium speed until the mixture becomes creamy. Then I'll add egg whites and continue mixing until the mixture becomes smooth. Finally, I will add unsweetened shredded coconut and sifted flour and stir with a silicone spatula. My dough is chilled and now I will divide the dough into 6 parts. I will take one part of the dough, press it against the counter a few times with my palm and roll it on the floured surface until it is 2 mm, which is 1/16 of an inch thick. Then I will put it on the 7 cm, which is 3 inches in diameter tart ring, and tuck the dough inside. I'm gonna press the ring with my rolling pin to remove the excess dough. Then I'll press the dough with my thumb all around the ring to get the uniform thickness. Finally, I'm gonna cut the excess dough with my small knife. I've placed my tart rings onto a paper-lined baking tray and now I'll dock the dough with a fork. After that, I'll put them in the fridge for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then I'll bake my tarts at 180 degrees centigrade, which is 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 10 to 12 minutes until golden around the edges. My tarts are done. Now I will brush them with egg wash and put them back in the oven for about 2 minutes. This way they will stay crispy even after I fill them with jam and the cream. Now I will fill baked tarts with pineapple jam halfway. Then I'll pipe coconut cream on top of the jam using my 10 mm, which is 3/8 of an inch round tip. I'll put my tarts back into the oven and bake them at 180 degrees centigrade, which is 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 15 minutes until coconut cream becomes golden. There, my piña colada tarts are done. I hope that you will enjoy munching this crispy and light delight, because I know I will. Bon appétit!
Oh baby, you are so sweet, so delicious and yummy, so good to eat. I wanna lick you, feel your sweetness on my lips. Forever and ever, you'll stay on my hips.
I'm Teresa. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you want to stay in touch, follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and of course, visit my site where you can find elaborate posts with lots of pictures, additional information and recipes that follow my every video. Also, on my site you can download my free 365 pages ebook, The Pastry Chef, and maybe buy me a macaron, if you think that I've earned it. Now, before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That really helps a lot. Finally, and this is the most important thing, don't forget to create sweetness every day, because sweetness is happiness. See you in my next video. Bye!